I've posted numerous videos on Roman Catholicism, and in the comment section I often see people objecting to the term Roman Catholic. They insist they're simply Catholic. Then I came across this clip of Jimmy Akin from Catholic Answers saying the same thing.
I find it a little annoying that Gavin puts the word Roman in front of Catholic. Historically, this has been an anti-Catholic trope in Protestantism, but that's too big a discussion for us to go into fully today. I just note that it's not our term of self-designation. We call ourselves Catholics, and to deny Catholics their preferred term will be as annoying to an informed Catholic as it would be to deny Protestants their preferred term and insist on modifying it. There are some Catholics who do just that, and to my mind, they create needless division and hostility by referring to Protestant heretics or the Protestant rebellion or Protty boys or similar things. I think they're just being jerks, and I think that people who know the history of the term Roman Catholic and use it anyway are doing the same thing. I think that denying people their preferred term for their group adds heat rather than light to a discussion, and so I don't do that.
In this video, I want to explain why Protestants like myself call you Roman Catholic, not out of disrespect, but out of necessity, and why we can't stop. When a Roman Catholic asks to be called simply Catholic, it's a bit like a non-denominational evangelical asking to be just called Christian. That might work fine in personal conversation, but if I want to talk to others about his specific beliefs, it creates confusion.
Not everyone believes what you believe.
Imagine if I honored the evangelical's request and said, Christian churches have a praise band on stage. I mean, that would be inaccurate because I'd be using a broad term, Christian, to describe his specific tradition. By honoring his request, I would end up spreading error and confusing people since many Christian churches don't have praise bands. In the same way, I can't refer to the distinct belief system of Roman Catholicism using a label that applies to others as well. When I want to describe what your church teaches uniquely, I need a label that refers only to those who submit to the Bishop of Rome. Catholic doesn't cut it. Why? Because Protestants are also Catholic. Eastern Orthodox are Catholic. The word appears in the Nicene Creed, which we affirm saying one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. When we recite the Nicene Creed in our liturgies, do you really think we're all saying it and mentally affirming a tradition that's not our own? No, we're saying it because we believe we're Catholic too.
I am a Catholic too.
And this is where the tension lies. Many Roman Catholics, when they hear the term Catholic, assume it refers to them alone.
I'm talking about us.
That's why you hear them saying things like, read church history and you'll become Catholic, because the early church constantly refers to there being one Catholic church.
It's only one.
And Roman Catholics see themselves as that church. So when they read the church fathers, Augustine, Athanasius, and others, they assume these men were Roman Catholic too. Yeah, I know, not Roman Catholic, but Catholic. But from our perspective, along with the Eastern Orthodox, that period of time is shared church history. There was only one Catholic church back then, and you can't divide it into modern labels. Athanasius wasn't Roman Catholic or Protestant, he was simply Catholic. And being a lowercase Catholic theologian means he belongs to all of us.
Belongs to all of you.
Protestants, Roman Catholics, and Eastern Orthodox alike. That's our shared history. Those are our shared theologians. As long as someone wasn't part of a heretical or schismatic sect, they were simply part of the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. So when I say Catholic in reference to them, I'm not referring to you specifically, I'm referring to all of us. So when I want to refer to your tradition uniquely, I can't say Christian because you're not the only Christians. I can't say Catholic because you're not the only Catholics. I need a term that applies specifically to those who submit to the Bishop of Rome. And that's why we say Roman Catholic. It's not meant to insult you, it's just the clearest, most accurate term available, and it's used by both the Vatican and Roman Catholic parishes as a self-descriptor. At the First Vatican Council in 1870, it reads, "The Holy Catholic Apostolic Roman Church believes and confesses." You see, it refers to itself as the Roman Church, in addition to calling itself Catholic. Terms like Holy Church, Apostolic Church, and Catholic Church are all non-unique. They apply to more than one tradition. But Roman Church is a unique term. It distinguishes your tradition from everyone else. That's why it's the best self-descriptor when we need to talk about our differences. Pope Paul VI in 1965 also said in a letter published on the Vatican website, "They are responding to the call of the divine grace which today is leading the Roman Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, as well as all Christians." That's a pope distinguishing between his church and others using the exact term we use. When he needed to identify his own tradition among others, he called it Roman Catholic. We're simply doing the same thing. You also find parish signs all over the world using the phrase Roman Catholic Church. I'm flashing some examples on the screen right now, and I just have to ask, if the term Roman Catholic is derogatory,
Roman in front of Catholic, historically, this has been an anti-Catholic trope.
then why are all these parishes proudly advertising themselves in that way? Now, I'm not saying it's your preferred term or the one you use most often. I know it's not. But when you need to be specific, you do use it. And for the same reason we do. Clarity. It's not disrespectful or polemical. It's just the clearest way to distinguish your tradition from others. I am aware that there are Eastern Catholics and ordinarians that don't use the Roman Rite. But this is not about fine distinctions in your tradition. This is about having a term that refers to all of you who submit to the Bishop of Rome, irrespective of which rite you use. If the Vatican chooses a new term that defines your tradition that doesn't apply to any other, then I'm happy to use that. But until then, Roman Catholic remains the most accurate and charitable label that we have. If you want to dig deeper into the Protestant claim to be part of the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church, pick up The Reformation as Renewal by Matthew Barrett. This book makes a compelling case that the Reformers didn't abandon the Catholic Church, but sought to renew it from within, retrieving the theology and practices of the early church. It's a scholarly yet accessible work that helps clarify why Protestants still affirm the Nicene Creed and see themselves as standing in continuity with historic Catholic Christianity. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like as a way to say thanks. If you want more content like this in your feed, click subscribe directly below me. See you in the next video.